I'm so excited to be doing this look. I've been planning on this for a really long time. If you haven't already figured it out, I am a mermaid. I found this look on Pinterest back forever ago. I had planned on making it a little bit more like gory, like this is the beauty mermaid. I had planned on making it like with the hook caught in the cheek, but since I got a job at Sephora, I can't actually wear that part of this makeup to Sephora, so I'm actually just doing the beauty part, which is fine. I actually think it turned out really cool. I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to get you all into the video. I'm doing a voiceover with this one just because I was trying to get ready because I didn't know how much time this was going to take. I was literally just doing it as I went. I tried planning this out, and the more I tried to plan it out, the harder it got. So this was just one of those things I had to jump straight into, and hopefully it worked out for the best. I really hope you all like this, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Bye. Happy Halloween, you guys! Okay, so the first thing I'm going to go in with is the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art, and this one is in the shade Green Glimmer, even though it's blue. I don't know why it's called Green Glimmer, but that's what it's called. And I'm just starting out by putting the cream eyeshadow color that's on one side of the two. I'm just starting out by putting that all over my lid. I start off doing both eyes, and then after a little bit I actually stop and just do one eye on camera, and then I do the other eye off camera. But I do my best to keep this away from my crease and just put it on my lid, because this stuff, I realized very quickly, creases on you if you're not careful with it while it's still wet. When I say I was winging this look, I am not kidding. I was kind of just making this up as I went along. I attempted to map out what I was going to do last night, and it just wasn't working out. I had blue everywhere, I had glitter everywhere, so I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna have to wing it in the morning and hope to God it looks okay, because I didn't know what I was doing. But this next part I'm just trying to dry it as quickly as possible because this stuff is wet. The next thing I am using is the Wet n Wild Color Icon palette in Art in the Streets, and I'm using that blue shade on just a flat eyeshadow brush and packing that on top of the cream eyeshadow and being careful to try to get the fallout before it messes up the rest of my makeup. But I'm just packing that on top of the cream eyeshadow to set it and to make the color pop just a little bit more. Okay, the next thing I do is I'm taking the green and the blue shade from that Wet n Wild Color Icon palette, and I'm mixing them together on a big fluffy brush from Sephora, and I'm just blending those into my crease to kind of diffuse that harsh edge of the Photo Ready Eye Art from Revlon. The harshness of that line was too much, and I needed to blend it out a little bit, so this took forever, no joke, especially on both eyes. But once you get it all blended out, it looks like a dream. It looks gorgeous. Okay, the next thing I'm taking here is the Wet n Wild Fergie Center Stage Collection palette, and I'm using the lightest shade in that palette. It's like it's almost like a seafoam green color, and I'm taking that on a Mary Kay crease brush, and I'm just putting that right in the corners of my eye as kind of like a beginning to my inner corner highlight. This just maps it out where I'm going to put more stuff out later. Okay, so now I'm taking the glitter side of that Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art, and I'm putting that directly on top of the color that we've already put on, because what mermaid do you not know that doesn't have glitter on her somewhere? So yes, I'm packing on the glitter. I actually go back and redo this step like 3 or 4 times to pack it on, to really make the glitter stand out really well. Okay, looking back, this step is kind of unnecessary, but all I'm doing here is just putting some black liquid liner from e.l.f. and smudging that into my lash line. This actually became more of a headache than it was anything else. I put on false lashes anyway, so there wasn't really any need for it. I'm trying to dry it because it was like meshing with that glitter glue stuff and it just wasn't working out. But if you want to do this, go for it. Okay, what I'm taking here is my iTeeny Swizzle Stick in Hawaiian Blue and just running that all over my bottom lash line. As if there wasn't enough blue already in my eyes, I decided to take it up one more step. Again, this step is unnecessary if you don't want to do it. I just thought it looked nice and it kind of tied the blue in with the rest of my eye, not just the top. Be cautious when you do this and don't stab yourself in the eye like I just did. Okay, this is the same old game with my lashes. If you've seen me ever put mascara on before in my videos, or if you've seen me put on falsies before, then you know what I'm about to do here. It's the same game as I've always done. The only difference is these lashes aren't like Kiss lashes or Ardell lashes or anything like that. These are called Fright Night, and they're in the style Siren, which I felt were pretty appropriate for this look. They were only like $3 at Walmart, so I picked them up. They said Demi Wispy on them, so I might as well. And the glue I'm using is just the Duo glue that I'm in love with, same as always. I went ahead and did my other eye off camera, looking real cute right there. I thought my lash popped off there for a second, that's why I made that weird face. But I'm just showing you here how I'm putting on the pantyhose over my head. I actually tried this like 3 different ways, and this is the only way that I felt like worked out. I don't know what I was doing there. I felt like I had an elephant trunk, and I couldn't see what I was trying to pick up, so I just said, screw it, I'll put it on in a second. But I'm right now just taking this eyeshadow from CoverGirl, and they don't have names on these, they're just numbers, and this is 325, and it's a very pretty green color, but it's like an iridescent kind of green. I'm putting that down before I put my scales down because I felt like it kind of gave it a nice backdrop than just my normal colored skin. I'm putting this in all of the normal places I would contour on a normal day. My temples, down the sides of my face, of course on my hollows of my cheeks. I put it on my neck as well here in a moment, just in like 2 little places. And here in a little while, actually I did this off camera, I put it on the back of my hand as well because I put some scales on my hand too. Okay, so here's the neck that I was talking about. I didn't say this at the beginning of the video, but this is pretty obvious now that I already did my foundation, blush, all of that, my eyebrows, which I actually end up going back later and doing something different to my eyebrows, which you'll see at the end of the video. Okay, so if you're wondering what I would look like as a cat burglar, this is it. I couldn't see hardly anything when I was doing this, and that side kept popping up over my ear, and it was driving me nuts, but it's okay. This part, there really is no rhyme or reason to. You just put down the colors you like, as dispersed as you want, as vibrant as you want, as subtle as you want. You just kind of go crazy with this one. That's all I know. The only advice I can give about this is to keep the pantyhose in the same spot. Don't let it move around your face, because then you'll have random scales that all blend in together that don't look like scales, and they just look like a random mishmash of colors on your face. I did quite a bit of layering on top of these colors. I put down random spots of color in one spot, and then I would put down another color on top of it just to kind of build it up and to make it look a little bit brighter. I had two different purples I was working with, both from Wet n Wild. The one from the Fergie palette I didn't like as much as the one from the Art in the Streets palette, so I would layer Art in the Streets purple on top of the Fergie purple, and it worked out just fine. It still made it very vibrant and very pretty. And then you get to take it off and look at your masterpiece, and you kind of look like a combination between a snake and a fish. So you can tell some of my cheekbone things didn't stand out the way I wanted them to, so I'm going back over them with a toe part of the pantyhose I actually cut out, and just so it's smaller and it fit in my hand better. This was the hardest part, to be honest. Trying to do this and having to hold it with one hand and keep it stretched out and put the eyeshadow on with the other hand. It got insane really fast, and I'm not gonna lie, I got a little frustrated with it there for a bit, but it ended up working out the way I wanted it to. Everything looked fine. It looked so much better by the time I got done with it. It's just the fine details in this makeup that you really need to focus on. Okay, I think I lied. This is probably the most frustrating part of this makeup, is trying to stretch the pantyhose over my neck and angle it to where I can make it look decent. This was almost impossible to do. I almost had to go ask for help with this one because it was really hard. If you don't want to do this part, you don't have to. I just thought it was kind of fun, and it looked really cool in the pictures afterwards. Okay, and now for my lips, I'm layering two different lipsticks, and the first one is the Wet n Wild 527B lipstick, and it's a very bright fuchsia lipstick. And then on top of that, I'm doing the NYX Butter lipstick in Snowcap, which toned it down just the perfect amount. I really liked these two colors together. It was bold and bright, but not, the Snowcap didn't tone it down too much, but it was just enough that it looked perfect. And I'll be right back. I'm going to do my hair off camera, and I will see you all in a second. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Went off camera to do my hair. I really liked this makeup. I honestly wasn't sure if it was going to work out there for a little while, but I just added a little extra scales on my neck. I amped up some of the other scales that weren't standing out as well. And then I put some of the, where'd it go? The Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art. I started off with just putting the glitter part in my brows, but then I was like, you know what? It needs to be bumped up just a little bit more. So I've actually put the color side on my brows on the first half, and on the back half I put some purple eyeshadow, and I topped the first half off with this blue eyeshadow from Wet n Wild, and this is the Art in the Streets palette, and I just used that blue eyeshadow to set the top part, and then use the purple shade in that palette to set the back part. I really like this. I'm wearing this to not a Halloween party or anything. That was never the goal. I actually just got a job at Sephora, so I'll be working today wearing this, and I'm so excited, but I don't have a costume to wear with it. This is just it, and I'm just wearing my all black uniform. So I really hope you all like this. I felt like this look was a little spastic. I felt like I was kind of jumping all over the place, and that's because it was such a different thing for me to do with all the color and all the random pieces and parts of it. But I really hope you all like this look, and I'm gonna try to post this. I'm filming it on Halloween. It's like almost noon. I'm gonna post it today as well. So to everyone watching, happy Halloween, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! These brows are too much.
This is Halloween. Oh shoot. Are you ready?
Yeah. Sorry. It's okay. You're going in the bloopers though.
Please don't.
Yep. You barging in my room. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Please don't. Please don't. It took me for. Ah! Stop!
Just one little touch on the cheek.